What's up, guys? How you doing today? I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I've been battling a cold cough for quite a while now, so bear with me and we'll make it through this. But anyway, I've been vaping on this guy today. I've dubbed it the big ass black box. It's actually a custom-made box by a buddy of mine here in Nashville. Did a pretty good job. It hits like a fucking freight train. I mean, that was about, what, a second and a half hit? I mean, it's hard shit. I've got a 24 gauge in there, a dual, running at about 0.5 on the Dark Horse. This thing ain't no joke. It's for the true blue hitters right here. So let's take a look inside real quick. I'm not gonna zoom in and do all that bullshit. I just don't feel like it today, but I really wanted to get to you guys on this one. So on the inside, and it's really hard to see, but this is actually a series circuit. It's not a parallel. So you have to have both batteries in going opposite directions for it to run correctly. We got the Fat Daddy 510 connection in there, and we've got what looks to be sort of like a silver bullet button on here. It's good flush fit. I like the way that sits right there. I really like the look of this button. This button's pretty badass here. The Fat Daddy, I'm not exactly sure what kind of connection is. It's smaller than most that I've seen. As you can see, and it's in the Hammond 1590B box. It's a big box. It's a really big box. Magnets on it work really well. You know, I've got this little hair tie wrapped around it. Just peace of mind mainly. For the most part, I mean, it's a dual 18650 unregulated box. I mean, it's about as basic as it gets, aside from it being a series and not a parallel. I mean, it hits hard. Yeah, it hits hard. Good, warm, dense vape, for sure. If that's what you're into. I've got to get in touch with this dude and make sure it's cool for me to throw up his info. If so, I'll have it at the bottom in the description, and you can get in touch with him and see if he'll build you one. So, there you go. The big-ass black box. A couple things I did forget to mention about this box here. The big-ass black box. On my first video here that I noticed while I was doing an edit. And I was kind of hesitant to point this out, but if you might be getting one, I want you to know he is kind of a buddy of mine. You know, I know him well. I don't know him well, but I know him well enough to, you know, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But you guys need to know this is a review, so that's what reviews are all about. First thing, if you notice, see a gap in there. My RDA, because of the Fat Daddy, does not sit flush. I don't really care. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't take away from the strength. It takes away more from the aesthetic point of view of it all. But you got that there, and then on the inside, we've got, you know, I know it's hard to see. I'm working in really low light today. And there's a text. The soldering job on it can be done a little bit better. A little more time taken on it, and looks like the soldering iron kind of hit this lead wire right here running to the 510 So it's got a couple little melted spots in it. I may end up replacing that. That's a little bit scary. And I'm not going to pop the batteries out. But when I got it, this top spring part here, I'm going to pop that out for you just so you can see. This top little spring part here wasn't making very good contact with the battery, and it made a little spark. So I just bent it out a little bit and seemed to fix all. But that leads me to say, you guys, when you get these boxes, don't just throw batteries in, throw your lid on it, and assume everything's going well in here. Don't do that. That would have been a big mistake on my part had I let that spark. I just happened to catch it because I looked before I put this on. I fired it to make sure everything inside looked good and clean. Batteries weren't getting hot. Everybody needs to do that. I know we may know who's building these boxes and we trust them, but you never know what could happen. So I just want everybody to have a really safe vaping experience. This is an industry that's very self-regulated right now. There's not a whole lot of government watch over on it right now. That may change sooner than later. I don't know. That's for other people to decide. Right now, I'm just the consumer, and I'm going to consume with knowledge and brain power. Use your noggin, man. Use your noggin. Think about it. You pop batteries in. You don't know who built this. Look and see. Make sure all your connections look good. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Just don't buy it. Go to somewhere else. It's that easy to do. But so yeah, you got some kind of rough soldering on here, and this 510 sticks up a little bit. So I really want to tell you guys about that. So again, safe vaping, and I'll see you soon.